Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Frame Podcast. This is episode 14 now. I can't believe how these numbers are racking up so fast. Unfortunately, it's just myself today. Ben and Craig could not be here, but as always, we are continuing to be the community-driven podcast, and to continue that on, we are joined by another special guest this week. Special guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, everybody, it's Kwame here from the Watch List. You can find me on TikTok at the Watch List 4 and on Instagram at the Watch List. So really excited to be here. And yeah, talk all things film with you, Charlie.
Yeah, it's exciting. A lot of stuff this week.
Yeah, lots going on.
Yeah, we got our big film to review of the week, which is A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. Perhaps wasn't as big and bold as we were hoping for, but we'll get into that.
We'll get there.
We've got two fun games this week. We're going to be doing a Would You Rather and also a game called The Big, Bold, Beautiful Game. So we're going to get into that. But of course, as we usually do, we're going to kick off with our news. So I've got about 8 movie headlines to get through. And then we're going to break them down. So first of all, is Batman 2 villain is a villain that Matt Reeves is saying has never been done before. So I guess, who do you think it is? And what are you hoping to see?
That's really hard, because there's been so many Batman movies. So I mean, when I saw him say this, I wasn't really too sure who it could be. I'm not too sure. Who would you want it to be? I guess that's probably a better question.
Before this, I'm guessing he's doing a trilogy. Before this trilogy ends, I want them to do the Court of Owls.
Ooh.
Because that feeds nicely into his Batman. And the heavily corrupt Gotham that his Batman is in.
That's such a good idea.
But I really hope it's not this one, because they feel like a third movie villain.
Yeah. Because I think by the time you need something to kind of build up to them. Like, they could be your big bad, essentially.
They need to be set up in this next one and paid off in the last one.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a lot of people saying they want it to be Hush, but Hush is too similar to the Riddler, and I feel like that could be a lot of repeated stuff. I'd like a Mr. Freeze.
But we've seen him before, just badly.
He's been done before, but I wouldn't say we saw Mr. Freeze. I say we saw Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's very true. That's very, very true. Like, it's weird because he's probably one of my favorites, Mr. Freeze, but I never really liked. Obviously, nobody really liked his adaptation in George Clooney one. Anyway, I can't remember what it was called.
But Batman Forever.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Like, it was just, the whole thing was really, really camp, for lack of a better phrase.
Yeah.
So
we're missing our Batman expert this week. If Ben was here, he'd be like correcting us on everything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not the biggest Batman expert. Like, I've watched the cartoons and like seen the movies, but I've never gone deep into the lore of it all and like the comics and stuff. So yeah, I need someone to educate me, like who would be good. But yeah, I think for me, probably Mr. Freeze would have been great. Probably would be great, especially like how he could. Especially how he could be like done in more of a real life setting as well, because we've not seen that. Like, this version of the recent versions of Batman have been a lot more grounded in reality, and absolutely. I'd be really interested to see kind of how that would be done. So yeah, that's just me though.
Sticking on the theme of Batman, probably something again that we're probably not educated enough in, but James Gunn said that a big actor has discussed with him about Batman. He doesn't know if that's going to happen. So again, I've got 2 questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think's the big actor that you've spoken to? And who do you want to play Batman?
Remind me, because his Batman, Brave and the Bold, his Batman's older, right? Like, because I think his version of Batman's going to have Damian Wayne in it.
He should be about 45.
See, me, I love Alan Richardson, right? Like,
oh no,
I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Like, I think he's great as Reacher. He's got the physical presence to do it. Whether or not he's got the range for it, I don't know.
No.
I don't know. But I'm a fan of him. You're not a fan?
I haven't really rage quit on this podcast yet, but Alan
I'm gonna get you there.
Rickman as Batman is one of the worst fan castings I've ever
Why?
seen. There is no single element of Bruce Wayne in that man. He he's all grit and rugged, and there's no charming playboy in there that I can see. I I genuinely think it's one of the worst fan castings of all time. I hate it. I don't want to see it. Respect to
That's
him.
so interesting.
I
Did you
really like him in Reacher, but I actually think he might be too big for the role as well.
do you reckon? Maybe actually.
I
Maybe.
get it,
But
he's brooding and intimidating and all that, but not as Batman.
I mean, did you never watch him in Blue Mountain State? Like he's not charming, he's not rugged, but I think there's elements of there's a capability there. I think you're right. We've not seen it. We've not seen it. Definitely not. But I think back to what I mean, I was younger when I was watching Blue Mountain State, but like he was like funny and charming in a stupid American jock kind of way. But I think there's elements of his performance there that could be applied and maybe if toned down into a more like suave and um like calculated character. I think he could do it. I think he could do it. And I think
Hmm.
and also like I think I get your point about the physical presence because he is very, very big. But
Yeah.
one thing I love about Robert Pattinson's Batman is that kind of close combat, kind of really up close, brutal style of like beating and destroying people and stuff. And like I think he could do that as well, but in a very visceral, physical kind of way.
Oh,
I don't know.
absolutely.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan. But I hear
What?
your point about
Yeah.
he could not be a Bruce Wayne.
I don't think my picks are two that people love anyway.
Okay, who are yours?
Brandon Sklenar or Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not rolling with them
I
one.
know
I'm rolling
they're
with
not
those ones.
they're not big heavy hitters, but they're my
No,
personal pick.
especially not Jake Gyllenhaal. No, I just can't. I can't.
I can see him do
I
it.
see how he could be your Bruce Wayne. I do, but I can't see him as Batman. I just can't see him as
That's fair.
Batman whatsoever.
Another, I guess, short little fun one for the week. James Cameron has announced that he's writing a new Terminator. Do we really need another one?
No. Do you know what? No. Let me just chill out. Let me relax a little bit. Because one and two, sensational movies. But obviously, once he stopped working on those movies, it was cooked, right? It never really got back to what it was.
Yeah,
Even when they brought Arnold Schwarzenegger back in kind of was it Dark Fury, like it just wasn't really what we
wasn't
used to
here.
seeing. I don't know. I think James. I think for me it depends on when it comes out. I think James Cameron needs to get Avatar out of his system before he focuses on something like this. If he's taken his time and dealing with his Avatar story through to completion, because we're getting what 3 more movies, right?
Hmm.
So and let's not necessarily say he makes those first, but let's say at least he's got those written, then I'd be happy to probably see his new
Yeah.
version of Terminator. Because Avatar takes too long to film for us
Hmm.
to wait another 10, 20 years for a
The
new
other thing I
Terminator
have as
movie.
well is like, I don't know if you ever saw it, that movie he did back in 2018. It was Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that movie.
Yeah,
There's
same.
so much to explore in that. They set up a
Yeah,
sequel. They like Edward Norton's in it for like what 3 seconds at the end,
yeah. I've not
and
seen it in such a long time.
like we need a continuation of that. It's a great cast. Christopher Waltz,
Yeah, yeah,
Edward Norton.
yeah. I forgot about that movie. That was so good as well. Like, and really underrated. I don't know why people didn't like it at the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's similar to like Speed Racer. Like people hated Speed Racer when it came out,
Mm.
but I think it's got an audience now that people who love it absolutely adore it. I don't really know if that's the same with Alita Battle Angel. I don't really hear people talking about it anymore. But
No,
I really enjoyed it when it came out. I've not watched it since it came out actually, so I might give that another watch.
it's
Probably
good.
will give that
Good
another
fun
watch
movie that
actually.
one.
Yeah,
Moving over to some more comic booky news. Daredevil Born Again greenlit for season 3 before season 2
already.
is even out.
I know. I know. Hey, Disney must be excited about what they've got with season two. I think
Hmm.
season two's already been filmed, right? Because they did that. They kind of split
Yeah, yeah,
season
yeah.
one and season two into two. So they must be pretty excited. And to be fair, like season 1 was okay. I think if I look back and I take the nostalgia glasses off, like it wasn't amazing, but it was definitely a good return. I think
Yeah,
for
they
these
didn't
characters.
they didn't destroy the character, but they didn't blow
No,
me away.
no, yeah, exactly. I think that's where I'm at with it as well. So, and I think I like what they've done, kind of juxtapositioning as they always kind of do, but how they've juxtapositioned Kingpin and Daredevil this season as well. And I'm
Hmm.
really excited to see where that's going to go and seeing how Daredevil's going to have to deal with, you know, really being on the outside now, like, and the whole entire like New York government is against him, right? So what does that mean for that season if they're already greenlighting for another one? Disney must be excited about it. And there's clearly another really good story to be told with more characters coming in.
Hmm.
So I'm really excited to see it. Like Daredevil is probably it's probably, you know, top 3 best comic book adaptations for TV that I've
Oh,
seen like
absolutely.
ever. Um, so if you give me more Daredevil, I'm never gonna say no. Like unless it's terrible, but
Yeah, no,
I've
I
not.
think you
It's not been
completely
that yet. So
hit the nail
so
on the head with that
I'm on
one. It
board.
is one of the greatest comic book pieces of media.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%. So yeah, I can't
Yeah,
wait. I
I'm
can't
excited
wait.
for it.
I'll be excited to see who they bring into it.
To flip us back over to the other side of the comic world, back to DC. James Gunn has teased Peacemaker Episode 8 has huge implications. That's not the word. Implications for Man of Tomorrow. So, what do you think is going to happen? Who do we think is appearing? I want to call it right now. I think we're getting a Lex Luthor cameo.
That would be awesome. So just to be honest, I'm catching up. I'm catching up on Peacemaker.
I'm only on
So
4. I haven't seen the new one.
yeah, so I've I'm gonna be very honest. I only started it this season, right? So I'm on episode 5 of season 1. Absolutely loving it so far. But I did read that news and think it has to be. I agree with you. I think it's a Lex Luthor cameo, especially because I mean I don't know what's happened in season 2 so far, but yeah, it's got to be him, especially after what happened in the first Superman movie.
Yeah.
And
Belle
from
Reeve is
when,
getting mentioned a lot, and that's definitely where he
yeah,
is.
yeah. So I don't know. It'll be really intriguing to see kind of what is going to happen. Like, I'm surprised at how much I like Peacemaker. Actually, I wasn't really expecting too much from it, so I'm
No,
excited to
I'm
like
exactly the same.
to
It's
catch
funny,
up with
before
it.
Peacemaker, I would say to people, I don't like John Cena. I think John Cena's awful. And then I watched Peacemaker and I was like, yeah, John Cena's got it.
Yeah, awful strong, but he's not. But agreed. I didn't think he was amazing either,
No,
but he's very well suited for Peacemaker.
no,
completely well suited for Peacemaker.
absolutely.
So yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Mm,
But yeah,
right, I think that probably wraps up our news for the week.
cool.
Right, so that is our news for the week. Now we're going to jump into our 2 little games. First up is a Would You Rather. Just going to read them out and just give me your very quick initial response to them. First
Okay.
up is, would you rather always know the ending of every movie before you watch it, or forget every movie right after you finish it?
I would rather. Ooh, I would rather forget every movie that I've watched after I've seen it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
If there's one thing I could do, it would be that, because to relive
yeah,
movies again.
those moments over again.
Mhm.
I guess the question is, I always get too deep into these, but the question is, would you know to rewatch those movies, or would you just go about your day to day life, never realizing that you want to watch those
Yeah.
movies?
And we also couldn't do this because you wouldn't be able to discuss about them.
Yeah, exactly. But it would mean that you get to relive some of the great. Like, imagine reliving the entire like the first MCU, like the
Yeah, like the
Infinity
Infinity
Saga, all
Saga.
over again.
Even like a recent one, to see Sinners for the first time.
Oh, mate, it would be absolutely
I
glorious.
still
Or
haven't
like
seen
your
one battle after another, so I get too soon.
mate. Oh, honestly, like I, I mean, you'll see it. You'll see. I don't want to ruin it for
I
you,
can't wait.
but I
Next Monday,
absolutely
come
loved
on.
it.
The next one is going to be, would you rather have to sit through a 10-hour director's cut of your least favorite movie, or watch the same 90-minute movie every day for a year?
I'd rather watch the same 90-minute movie every day for a year. I'll be honest. It's probably not every day, but I definitely watch some of my favorite movies like probably like once a quarter, which is not the same as every day, but I could rewatch it every day if I wanted to.
What
There's
would
just too
be,
much to watch.
just out of curiosity, what would be 3 of those movies?
That's a good question. It's probably the films that I always return to. So Layer Cake would be one, 100%.
Good one.
Absolutely adore rewatching that movie. Um, The Big Short would be another.
Yeah,
I love that movie so much, and I
I think we've
just
spoken about that before.
yeah, like I absolutely just love. I can rewatch that over and over again. I really, really love it. And then the third would probably be a film that I've loved from my childhood. So like something stupid like Power Rangers the movie, or like
No,
Space
yeah, yeah,
Jam, or something like that. You know, something like that. Or like, ooh, take that. No, sorry, I'm gonna take those away. It's got to be Winter Soldier, because actually it's got to be Winter Soldier. It's got to be. I've got to put a Marvel movie in there, and if it's gonna be any Marvel movie, it'll be Winter Soldier, 100%.
yeah. For me, it would be Top Gun Maverick,
Yeah,
Infinity War,
yeah.
and I'd probably say now F1.
I'm
When
not
it's out.
surprised. I would think you were gonna say that actually.
I need to put that in my favourites on Letterboxd because of the amount of times I saw that in cinemas and the amount of times
You
I'm going to
really do.
continue to
You
watch
love
it.
that movie.
Next one is: would you rather only be able to watch movies in black or white, or only watch movies with bad CGI?
No, black and white. Black
Yeah,
and white.
no.
I can't
I
do
love
bad
a black and
CGI.
white film though.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
exactly.
absolutely
Like,
timeless.
yeah, watching black and white movies are not is not hard
Like
anyway. So
Oppenheimer for me hits harder in the black and white scenes.
yeah, it does. It does. So you're right. It really, really does. Yeah. No, bad CGI is horrible. Like, it's painful to watch. And get
Big
even
up for Love and Thunder.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Or like there's certain moments in that film. I mean, I hate that movie anyway, but even movies that I love with bad CGI, like the first Black Panther, I find it really hard to watch that final fight scene between him and
Yeah,
Killmonger, because it's just
it really. If that 20 minutes was better, I could
yeah,
consider Black Panther for a 5 star.
100%, 100%.
Not
Like
even better story, just tighter in visual.
yeah, yeah, because I think if the visuals were tighter, it would make up for the formulaic story,
Hmm.
right? So, but I think when you've got both elements in there, it it makes it hard to be objective, because that movie means so much to
Hmm.
me anyway, right? That
Yeah.
movie means a lot to me. But when I'm being objective and I look at the story and I look at that bad CGI fight, it's just like, oh, it would be so great if one of those two were just a little bit
Hmm.
better. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely black and white, not CGI.
We're gonna go for: would you rather win an Oscar for acting in a movie that you secretly hate, or star in your dream film that flops and gets terrible reviews?
Okay, I'm not an actor. I'm not an actor. If I was an actor, it would be acting in my dream movie. I think when you're creating, it's about creating something that you love.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think as somebody who's found probably become a lot more creative in the last year, I would say I would rather do the latter than the former. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. But the Oscar would be nice.
Yeah.
But I would I would
Can't
definitely
wait for
take
your, what is it, the EGOT?
yeah, 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 exactly. Thank you. Soon come, soon come.
Then the last one, just a simple one. Would you rather watch superhero movies for the rest of your life, or only indie art house movies?
My inner child will hate me if I said indie movies, so superhero movies for the rest of my life.
I
I
back
grew
it.
up,
I love
that's
an
what I
indie
grew up on.
movie.
Yeah,
I'm a big advocate for support indie movies, but
agreed.
I like a superhero movie.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, superhero movies have, and I think the sad thing is superhero movies have become something different to what they were when they first got here. Like, now they're this big, massive blockbuster, massive IP that studios will take a chance on because there's an audience there for it. But for me, when I was 10, 11 years old, and the only superhero movies we were getting were the animated versions, or really, really bad TV versions that would come on like the TV every now and again, it would be like I never imagined a world where we'd be getting big, massive blockbuster movies like this.
Hmm.
Only when we started getting Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and the X-Men movies, when I was like, oh, this could actually be a thing. So yeah, we're actually living in the world that I really wanted to be in when I was younger. So if that's what I got to do for
Yep.
the rest of my life, 100% I'll do it.
Yeah, I back that. So, we're going to move into a big, bold, beautiful game.
Awesome.
To explain this to the listeners, we have got 6 Margot Robbie movies and 6 Colin Farrell movies. Of course, the stars of A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. They're going to go head-to-head in sort of one-to-one battles. We're going to pick which movie is better out of the two. Then we'll be left with 6 movies from that. We would then have those 6 movies battle it out in 1v1s. We'll be then left with 3 movies, and from those last 3 movies, we'll have to pick the definitive Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell movie. So your first round, well, our first round, we're going to debate this together, is Wolf of Wall Street or In Bruges. This is going to be tough.
Oh. Okay, are we debating these actors in those movies or just the movies in general?
Just the movies themselves.
Oh, that makes it harder. That makes it so much harder.
I know my
Okay.
answer. This will be funny. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Say the movie name, because then if we're completely different...
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, right. So say the one that you want to win, okay?
Okay, I'm going to close my eyes, because I need to... I don't want to look at anything. I need to focus. Okay, I'm ready.
I'm going to look down. 3, 2, 1.
Wolf of Wall Street. Ah!
Okay. This works. Let's go for this.
Okay, cool. Let's do it that way.
Okay, next one. Babylon.
Okay.
Or Banshees of Inisherin.
Okay, this one's less hard for me. I'll be honest with you. This one's less hard for me.
3, 2, 1. Banshees.
Banshees of Inisherin. Yeah.
Okay, good. I mean, Babylon, don't get me wrong.
It's underrated. I don't understand why people hate it. But I like it. But yeah, Banshees.
Yeah. I wish there was more films about films and the filmmaking process. Like Babylon, The Fabelmans, Cinema Paradiso.
Yes. I absolutely love movies about movies.
When people say, what's your favourite genre? I always say sci-fi, but it's actually that.
Yeah.
I love those.
We don't see it enough. Or even just a movie where the characters are making movies. Like, this is a random one, but Super 8, part of the reason why I love that movie so much is these group of kids coming together to make a movie. And that's a central point of the plot, is that they're trying to put a film together. That part of the story I absolutely adore. Like, yeah, I completely agree with you. Absolutely agree with you.
I'd love a story about the origins of IMAX.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be so awesome. Yeah, I don't know why we've not got that, actually. Someone needs to get in touch with Chris Nolan. It'll have to be him.
Soon come.
Soon come.
Our next battle, I think this one's perhaps the easiest one. Barbie or the Batman?
Oh.
Do I need to
vote? I don't need to close my eyes for this one. I don't need to close my eyes.
Winner, Batman.
Batman, 100%. Yeah.
Your next one is Focus, the Will Smith, Margot Robbie one.
Okay.
Or Dumbo.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Focus.
Okay, cool.
The Suicide Squad, the James Gunn one.
Okay.
Or Miami Vice.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in that. Okay, well that tells you my answer. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Suicide
Squad. Yeah.
And your last one is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or Horrible Bosses.
Okay, right, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's interesting. We've been left with 4 Margot Robbie and 2 Colin Farrell.
That's actually true. Well.
So, let's go for... There's going to have to be a Margot Robbie versus Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
So I'm going to save that for some chaos. We're going to go for the Batman or Focus.
Oh, okay.
3, 2, 1. Batman.
Yeah.
Then we'll have the Suicide Squad or the Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh.
3, 2, 1. Banshees.
Suicide Squad. Oh.
Banshees is in my top 4.
Really? And you know what? I love that movie. But I love a comic book movie. Like, and to be honest, after seeing what James Gunn did with the Suicide Squad, after that travesty that was the first movie, it kind of holds another special place in my heart. because of
Okay.
that.
That announcement trailer as well was really good.
Yeah, but I'm actually okay with Banshee. Like
Give it to
either one of
Banshee.
those two, I'm happy with.
Okay.
So we can go
What should we
Banshees.
go with?
We can go Banshees. We can go
Okay.
Banshees.
I'm very sorry.
No, that's not a hill I'm willing to die on.
Okay.
That's not a that's not a hill
I'm
I'm willing
also
to die on.
sorry for
Banshees is a
this.
very good film.
Wolf of
This
Wall
one.
Street or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Because I know my answer easily. I know a lot of other people won't.
Okay, I think I know my answer. I know
3,
I have a favorite
2,
between the two. So
1, Wolf of Wall
Wolf of
Street.
Wall Street.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're in agreement. Okay, so our final three that we're left with is Wolf of Wall Street, The Banshees of Inisherin, and The Batman. Now, based upon that previous conversation, I think the one to wipe out is Banshees.
Yeah.
Because it's not one of your favourites, so we'll take that out. And then that leaves us with The Batman or The Wolf of Wall Street. And I think I do know my answer.
I think I know mine. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Wolf of
Batman.
Wall Street.
I took Batman.
Whoa.
I took Batman.
Let me think.
I'm sorry.
I could rewatch The Batman easier.
It's rewatchability. It's not even like I don't think I've even actually gone back to watch Wolf of Wall Street since watching
and
it
I've
for the
seen The
first
Batman
time.
about 10 times.
Yeah, and like
You know
Wolf
what?
of Wall Street, fantastic movie.
On
But yeah,
rewatchability, we'll give it to The Batman.
it's gotta be. And he was as a Penguin, he was amazing in that movie. Like amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. And plus, sorry, Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman.
She
Count
was
me in
great.
every
And also,
time.
the guy that we're talking about here, Colin Farrell.
Amazing. That's what I'm saying. Amazing in that movie. Like, if I have to if you have to take these two stars, Colin Farrell, Margot Robbie, and look at their impact in the movie, both were actually quite impactful. But from a performance perspective, I would have to give it to Colin Farrell over Margot Robbie for sure. So
that wraps up our big, bold, beautiful game with the winner being The Batman.
Come on,
which I can't be mad at.
That feels right. That feels right.
We've got about say 20 minutes left of today's episode. Let's bounce on into a big, bold, beautiful journey. What we usually do is we kick off with the 3, 2, 1 countdown and give a rating. I think I'm actually going to change my rating from what I gave it yesterday, but we're going to go for a countdown of 3, 2, 1 and give it your rating out of 10.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, 7.
2. Oh, what, out of 10? Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know if you did it out of 10. I thought you did it out of 5. Okay, cool. All right, cool.
So 4.
Let me rephrase. All right. 5 out of 10. I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. Out of 10. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Yeah.
No, I think some people have gone online and called it a big, boring journey. I'm not going to say that I disagree, but I'm not going to say that I agree either.
Yeah, I don't think I found myself being bored whilst watching it.
There was enough charm in what there was, and also the movie is beautifully shot.
Yes, the visuals are.
That's where a lot of the rating came from for me. There was enough charm that kept me connected to the story up until a certain point, which we'll get to in a moment. I think Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell work together. But they're a little bit stagnant, and that halts the movie down a little bit. You have to be very willing to accept a lot of the things in this movie.
That's a really good way to put it.
There's a lot of, I don't want to say happy conveniences, I don't think that's the right phrase, but a lot of things that just very easily stumble into place.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And I know that these doors pop up and teach them stuff, but it's like, it felt like the rom-com version of not A Night Before Christmas, of A Christmas Carol.
Okay, yeah, actually, I do see that. I do see your point on that.
Like looking back on your past and that impacting your future, and like he kind of looked at himself in the future with like the whole him taking on the father figure thing.
Role, yeah.
It really felt like a Christmas Carol rom-com edition.
Yeah, That's a good way to put it, actually.
But no, I think it's good. There was something good there.
Yeah,
It's not a bad film. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a bad film, but there was a lot missing that could have made it a great movie.
yeah.
I don't
No,
know,
I agree.
not to discredit them because they have done something cool, but I think there's a lot more they could have fed into it to improve it.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Like the bones were there, the structure was there for it to be quite like a magical experience. And I think a lot of those conveniences that you mentioned, I think are intentional. I think the whole thing's meant to be like you've surrendered yourself into to this thing that's taken you on this journey where it's conveniently structured so you can meet this person and have this experience and ultimately go against your instincts, right?
Hmm.
Because I think Colin Farrell's character is somebody who, as we learned that later on in the movie, is somebody who's become quite reserved and become quite unwilling to take a chance and give himself to people because of what's happened to him in the past. And him deciding to go on the journey is like a step in a direction that he's not taken before. Um, so I liked that aspect of it. And you're right, like Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie do work well together, but I just don't think they worked well as a romantic pairing. Like
No.
they're, they're at no point did it feel like these were two people who were interested in each other. Like I just know that they were interested in each other because the film was telling us they were interested in each other. But
Absolutely.
yeah, nothing felt like,
It was
oh, Rana,
a very spoon-fed movie.
yeah, very, very much
They
so.
told us everything.
Yeah, very, very much so. And like even the moments where
Even, sorry, just to build
no,
on
no,
that,
go.
Colin Farrell even spells that out to us. You know that line when she's like, "Oh, you know nothing about me," and he's like, "Well, I know this and this and this
Yeah,
and this." It's like, yeah, because you told us everything. We know
yeah,
everything.
yeah. Honestly, it was just like watching two people. Yeah, literally watching two people kind of just go through like the motions. Like even the moments where they were supposed to be vulnerable with each other. Again, it didn't feel like those moments were earned. They were just told to you, and it was like for two people who meant to have like chemistry and want to like be around each other.
Hmm.
Yeah, it just didn't feel authentic.
No, it
Even
didn't.
like the moment when they met, right? So like they meet in the wedding and then they they meet in the wedding. He asks her for a drink, she says no, and then he goes out for a cigarette, and then she's like, "Stop being charming," but he hadn't said anything to her, and it's like, wait, what's happening here?
Mm.
Like, what's happening?
No,
At
it's
no
weird.
point does this feel like you guys even want to be around each other. So what's happening here?
And
So
then it's
yeah,
like you have clips of that, and then like 30 seconds later, she's like, "Will you marry me?"
yeah, yeah. Like I just think I don't know. Like I don't know what I don't want to say it was the performances because Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell are amazing actors. So for me, it has to be the script and how the story was written
It's
because it.
very much one of those they've done the best work with what they were
Yeah,
given.
yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree. Which is a shame because listen, I don't like romantic comedies. Like I absolutely. Well, I'm not gonna say I despise them, but they're just not my movies. They're not
Hmm.
my movies. But I really liked the premise of two people getting to know each other whilst revisiting key moments and points in their history
Yeah,
and then reliving them with with that person as well. So that's really what dragged me down there. And I like the almost whimsical airy kind of atmosphere around it where like you get there and you get this German slash English woman who's barking at you to rent a car, take the GPS that can speak to you, knows you by name, knows you where you're going. Like it was
yeah,
also whimsical and magical and all of that. But I just don't think it really executed on that on the
no,
romance part. I think they got the fantasy part of it quite done well, but the romance part was a key aspect of it, and for me, that I think is what was missing.
yeah. One thing that I say did work for me quite well throughout the whole film was the comedy aspect.
Yeah,
I
I
think the
agree.
comedy landed quite well. One
Yeah,
line
I
that
agree.
I liked a lot in the film that they unfortunately put in the trailer. It's the one when they go back to the school and he's like, "How old am I?" And they're like, 14. And then she goes, "How old would I?" And he's
Yeah.
like, "I don't know, 40."
That was quite funny. That was quite funny. Yeah, the way it was delivered in such like a deadpan, like nonchalant way.
Yeah.
She was so offended. No, I agree. That was actually quite funny. That was
And
actually quite funny.
also, this is something really weird. I don't know how I felt about watching 30, however old Colin Farrell say to like a 15-year-old, "I love you."
It feels a bit weird in the moment, and I think it goes back to that point of we're expected to just accept a lot. Like, I think it would have been cool. Like, I think it would have been cool if they walked in, and you see how like in Hot Tub Time Machine, where they look at their to us they look like the actors playing them, but in the mirror, they're you can see that they are their age. Do you see what I
Yeah,
mean? And I think that just something like that would have probably made that moment feel a lot less
uncomfortable.
charged. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Comfortable, yeah, exactly. Because it was quite weird watching him pine for this girl who is
Like
super, super
15.
young.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a bit it
It's
was a
an
bit
interesting
weird,
decision to
actually.
make. But
Yeah,
no, the
yeah,
to get back to one point that I skipped over. Now that I guess we're discussing like spoilery stuff. Not that there's many spoilers to give away from this movie.
yeah,
We
that's
get the
true.
whole thing from the trailer. That's
It's
another
very true.
problem with it. Um, but that scene where the car flips.
Yeah,
After that, it should have all been tied off in a neat little bow. We wrap it up and we go home.
yeah,
We had this like 30-minute extra bit of the cars driving off to these different locations. They get
yeah,
their final like epiphany, if you will. Um, and then he like drops the car back. But then there was just like so many cliches following that of like, you've reached your final destination. And she's like, but is it my
have
final
I? Yeah,
destination? It's just like, oh god.
yeah,
And
yeah.
even
A
at
lot
the
of the
final
writing
line of
was
the
on the
movie
nose,
when it's
isn't it?
like, you got one more door in you. It's just like, is that the best
Yeah,
line we could write?
yeah, yeah.
I
A lot of the
really,
writing
really
was like
wanted
that.
to like this film.
Me too. Me
I
too.
really wanted to.
Yeah, it's not the film I would normally go and see, but I wanted to. I really want. Like, who goes into a movie expecting to hate it, right? Like, I
Yeah,
want. I want to really like it, but yeah, like so much of that writing was just so heavy and on the nose. Like, there was no
yeah,
subtlety. It was just literally, yeah, telling you absolutely everything. And then also some of the things that I found a bit confusing was how, like, I didn't understand if like they were actually on this journey or if they both were in that massive room. Because you know how like it will cut, like when he was at the hospital, it will cut between being at the hospital and
yeah,
then they're in the room just kind of sitting together or sleeping next to each other and stuff. And I was like, are they in this room and this is just like a dream they're experiencing? Or
yeah.
is this actually
There was
happening?
nothing. I would have rather been spoon fed everything about how the car agency worked than spoon fed
100%.
everything about their lives.
100%.
Because that car agency to me
100%.
was a bit like Severance.
Yeah.
I didn't really know
Yes.
what was going on, but I was
Yes.
enjoying it and I was intrigued. And then it was like, oh no, but now you're going to focus on these
Yes.
two characters for 2 hours.
Yes. No. Do you think do you think the film would have worked better had they focused on what had they focused or at least explained what and how the car agency works and allowed the romance to be the thing that's a bit more magical, let's say.
Yeah, because it would have been a better payoff as well if you found out that like their parents had met through the agency or something like that.
That yeah, yeah, that would have
Like,
been
again,
cool.
another probably cliche, but it's like it provides a connection to like why the heck they're there,
Yeah,
why they've
yeah,
been
yeah, yeah.
brought together, why the agency is aware of both of them.
Mm.
It's it's like I don't
Yeah,
know.
because it's never explained
Happy
why
accidents
and
and
how he
conveniences
had
all
they
go
have his
to
mug shots. Like,
no,
why did they pick him? Like, they just do.
and like she wasn't even the one that he was supposed to be on the journey
Me.
with.
Yeah,
So it's like
That's the other thing.
another huge convenience, just that someone happened to be there
Yeah,
that he got
last
on
minute.
with very well.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
So then
based on a novel, isn't it?
I'm not sure. I did stay after the credits to see if it was based on
Let's
anything.
have a
I'm not
look.
sure.
Is a big bold. Oh, it's not based on a book.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
an
think it
original
is.
screenplay.
Yeah,
I thought it was based on a book.
which is
Huh.
probably why the fantasy elements weren't as worked out as you would wanted it to be.
Yeah,
Because
because there's not enough wealth of ideas to
yeah,
gain from.
potentially, because I think I don't know, maybe, and you know, I'll be interested to see the people who love like romance movies, what their perspective is on it. Because I think, as somebody who doesn't like romance movies, I'm very
Mhm.
focused on everything else. Like the love part of the movie doesn't really interest me that much. But I think, and also, I think in order for me to really get into it, you have to make me interested in the characters, and
Yeah.
I just wasn't.
No,
Like,
neither.
there wasn't really anything particularly special, exciting about these two that made me want to be like, oh, let me see how they connect, and I want to know why they connect. And but it just feels like these guys were just forced together to go on a long road trip, and now they're in
Yeah.
love at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? So,
I'll tell
and
you
they
my
never
final point.
gone.
If I was ever sat somewhere over the next few months and I see Sony Pictures announce another Big Bold Beautiful Journey, I'll be like, why?
Yeah, there's yeah.
We don't need it. This movie
We
does
don't need this
not need a
movie.
sequel in any
No,
capacity.
no, no. I don't even know how they could. Like, I don't even know how they could, because unless you're just rehashing the same story with different people and different traumas, but there's
Yeah,
nothing
or you take
really.
this like 10 years ahead and you take them along the journey
Yeah.
with their kids or something.
Now, maybe as like a TV show, that could potentially work. Different couples, different journeys. Maybe. Who knows? But no, as a movie, this is not necessary whatsoever. This is
No,
we've this is the only big, bold, beautiful journey I need to see for the rest of my life, honestly.
I completely agree. I think that's a nice place to wrap that up.
Yeah. Cool.
All
Sounds
right,
good.
I think that's everything for this week. So, final points. I want to thank Kwame for coming on. Thank you so
No, I
much.
appreciate you having me, man. Really, really good to
Sure
be
to
here.
have you back in the future. It's been great to speak to you about this and all the games and all the news and everything this morning.
Yeah. No, it's been
Of
awesome.
course,
It's
this
been awesome.
episode is now up on Spotify. As you listen to it, we'll have another episode out next week, Wednesday at 6 p.m. across all platforms, Spotify, YouTube, and I believe we're still on Apple Podcasts, so it'll be up on over there as well. But for now, that is everything for this week. Thanks again to Kwame for joining me.
Cheers, man.
We will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.